Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Pope Francis has expressed his closeness to the victims of the Wisconsin tragedy in the United States. In a telegram, the Holy Father said he is praying for all the victims of the November the 21st attack in Waukesha in the state, when an SUV ploughed into a Christmas parade, leaving 5 people dead and injuring 48 others. This included a Catholic priest and students of a Catholic school. Imploring Almighty God's loving mercy upon the victims, the Pope prayed for the divine gifts of healing and consolation upon the injured and the bereaved. Concluding his message, the Holy Father said that he is praying that the Lord bestows upon everyone the spiritual strength which triumphs over violence and overcomes evil with good. The driver of the vehicle, Darrell Brooks, who has previous criminal records, was charged with 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Bishop Don Sproxton, the Bishop Delegate for Disabilities Issues in Australia, has said that the International Day of People with Disabilities, which is commemorated on December the 3rd, is an opportunity for Catholics to celebrate the achievements of 4.4 million Australians with disabilities. In his message for the Day of Commemoration, the prelate urged parishes to be hospitable places for all. He said that parish communities should continue to welcome people with disabilities, stressing that each person in the community should be accepted. In his letter entitled Us Not Them, he cited Pope Francis's exhortation during last year's International Day of People with Disabilities. The Holy Father had said that communities should develop attitudes and acts of solidarity and service towards them and their families. During the first General Assembly of the 5th Plenary Council of Australia, the prelate said the Church should lead the way in society with regard to all people with disabilities. The Myanmar military is increasingly targeting churches and Christian institutions in states where it is fighting ethnic militia. On November the 22nd, troops raided the residence of the Catholic Bishop of Loikaw in Kaya State, as well as a clinic run by the church. More than 200 heavily armed soldiers barged into the compound of Christ the King Cathedral and raided the Karuna dispensary. They also arrested 18 healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists and volunteers. The police officers forced out almost 40 patients, including COVID-19 patients, and confiscated all the equipment. The raid went on from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 in the evening. According to Father Francis So Nang, Chancellor of Loikaw Diocese, the motivation for the raid is still unclear. A top Syrian prelate has criticised the global sanctions imposed on the war-torn country, saying they have made little political impact. Instead, Bishop George Abu Kazem, who is the Latin Apostolic Vicar of Aleppo, said that the embargo has aggravated the sufferings of the poor. He said the sanctions imposed by the West condemn many people to death. The bishop also questioned the intention of Western countries that have imposed such curbs on Syria, saying such moves by the West are geopolitical in nature. His remarks come after the European Union extended the embargo against members and organisations linked to the Syrian government. In May of this year, President Joe Biden had extended unilateral sanctions against Syria for yet another year. Taking a swipe at government officials who tried to muffle church leaders in the Philippines, Archbishop Socrates Villegas of Lingayen, Dagupan said that priests should speak out against social sins such as corruption and poverty. The prelate said that clergymen should be bold and vocal when the truth is threatened and when the ignorant and poor are exploited by politicians. Delivering the homily during the Feast of Christ the King on November the 21st, Archbishop Villegas said that peddling lies and sacrificing nationalism on the altar of opportunism and nepotism are attacks on the kingship of Jesus Christ. He also clarified the meaning of separation of church and state to dispel doubts about whether priests can or cannot support candidates in the national elections next year. The Archbishop is a former president of the National Episcopal Conference and a vocal critic of President Rodrigo Duterte. The regional Catholic bishops of West Africa have raised concerns over the worsening security situation in Burkina Faso as the fighting between armed groups and the military intensifies. Father Etienne Tandamba of the Fada and Gourma Diocese said kidnappings and confiscations are the order of the day, and some parts of the country are completely inaccessible. Schools remain closed, as do some chapels. He said despite security threats, the church remains steadfast in its commitment to serve the people. Continuing, the priest said the church continues to pray and seek innovative ways to spread the gospel and care for Christian communities. As the region's rising violence has disrupted daily life and uprooted communities, the church is attempting to strengthen social cohesiveness, religious tolerance, and a dialogue aimed at peace. A few days ago, militants attacked a gendarmerie post, killing 53 people, sparking criticism that the government has failed to stop a 4-year-long Islamist insurgency. An Orthodox Christian pro-life outfit in the United States is all set to host a rally in Manhattan on December the 1st, when the Supreme Court hears the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization case. Orthodox Christians Pro-Life is conducting the rally to step up their efforts to seek a repeal of Roe versus Wade, which legalized abortion in the United States. On December the 1st, the US will witness various pro-life rallies and prayer vigils across the nation as part of the Overturn Roe versus Wade campaign. The rally, hosted by the Orthodox group, will take place outside the New York Public Library. This is being conducted with the blessings of the Orthodox Diocese of New York and New Jersey. On the first day of December, the Supreme Court will hear arguments regarding the constitutionality of Mississippi's 2018 Gestational Age Act that forbids abortions beyond the 15th week of pregnancy, unless there is a medical emergency or fetal deformity. The US State Department's removal of Nigeria from the list of country of particular concern has been severely criticised by the Christian Association of Nigeria. The ecumenical organisation, that is the voice of persecuted Christians in the country, said that US authorities did not contact them before taking the decision to remove Nigeria from the list. Reverend Samson Ayokunle, the president of the association, said in a statement that Christians continue to face persecution in Nigeria, adding that they are targeted by Islamic extremist organisations such as Boko Haram and the ISWAP. The Reverend also said that armed bandits join militants in killing sprees. As per the International Religious Freedom Act of 1998, the US State Department is required to annually review the religious freedom statuses of every country. Countries with severe threats to religious freedom are mentioned as a country of particular concern in the list. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.